Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Monday, March 17th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 12 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 47 degrees with a high of 53 and a low of 30. Whew! All right, and happy St. Patrick's Day, guys, by the way. Welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, what I'm doing, I show you how I'm doing it, and then I explain why. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always fun. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who'll see this broadcast when I download it to my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. So let's see who's popped in. Mamie, so glad to see you, Mamie. Hi, Mamie. Oh my gosh, I hope you're feeling better. You obviously are. Tam, hello. Thomas, hello. All right. So I hope everybody's doing well today. Let's see. So my questions to you are this. Hello, Grace. Carmen, hello. So my question to everybody is, does anybody have a birthday or an anniversary? Also, did you hit that like button? And would you please share this broadcast? And how was your day today? Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say that I had a win. A kind soul sent me a monetary gift, and I was able to get my pizza, my garlic bread, my little puffs, and chicken wings. So I am a happy camper. So Carly, what's your win? Maggie's win, Allie spent all day and then Mom and Dad came to dinner. Grace says pretty good, but draw. Okay. Carly, what's your win? My win was that I was a leprechaun today for St. Patrick's Day, but I played with my dogs today. Okay. Okay. So tonight we're continuing work on our horse. This is from the book Romance Novel Covers Jubilee. Hello, Jonah. And I went ahead. You had a draw, Jonah? Okay. I went ahead and I created a line art out of it. And I decided to do a side-by-side coloring, one on grayscale, one on line art. I hope you've been enjoying the comparison. And then the next project that I'm working on, this is from Sarah, who gave the book to the group, Disney Celebrations. And we are working on Moana. I think it's turning out pretty well. Hold on a minute. Okay. So it's turning out really well. I'm happy with it. And last night I was working on the right-hand side here. So of course I'll keep going with that. All right. So let me set that aside for the moment. And really, we don't have too much more to do with this. All right, get your paper towel. I've got the mane to do, the bridle, and then the background on both of these. Got to add her earrings. And that should be it. All right. Hallelujah. Oh, Maggie, thanks for picking up that link. Is anybody here Irish? Not me. Okay, so we have our light, medium, and dark brown. Hello, Karen. Now, let's go ahead and add our darker color now to the second eye here. Thomas says he's Irish. Maggie says she's Scottish Irish. So, Thomas, what's your lineage? Carmen says part Irish. Grace is Welsh. Close enough. So, Thomas, what's your lineage? Okay, now, notice your mother, your father, brothers, sisters. Now, please notice that again, we're taking our darker colors and we're highlighting around the eye. You're Irish on your dad's side. Maggie, what about you? Now, this is where you'll take your Payne's Gray and you'll run a little bit of the line down the face. Maggie, on your dad's side, your mom's side is from England. Now, I want you to notice that as I darken this area, this causes that forehead area to become more prominent. So I'm going to add a little bit more of that shading on the left eye as well. Remember, when you darken something, it makes it look like it's further away. Maggie just, no, who put this up? Maybe that link worked to the walkthrough of the St. Patrick's Day Jubilee book. Okay. Now, notice how that darkening recesses the eyes and gives us a beautiful facial feature. Hi, Janie. Now, just to match my horse on the left, I'm going to take my Faber-Castell 103 and I'm going to use it as a blender and to lighten the color a little bit. Mamie, how are you feeling today? Obviously good enough to come back into the broadcast. A little better? Okay. Well, take it easy, Mamie. We want you better. All right, now notice how nice and smooth this is making our horse look. And then I'm going to come in with my black and my Payne's Gray, and we'll go ahead and get the nostrils done. Now I'm going to reshape these nostrils a little bit. And that looks much better. Mamie, I remember last year when you got really sick as well. It knocked you out for a few days. Okay, now I'm going to darken the bottom of the lip here. There we go. Thomas, I don't know what a dance dad is. And then I'm going to lighten as I move up the nose here. Oh, Mamie, hubby and one of his friends got sick. All right, I think we've got a pretty good do on that. Now, I'm going to work on the mane. I've been working on the railroad. So I'm going to pull out my black, my Payne's gray, and my dark blue. Thank you, Grace. It's coming along. Oh, let's see what I got here. Who's coloring this with me tonight? And if you're not coloring this, what are you coloring? And if you're not coloring, what you doing? No, Thomas, I haven't. I'm just leaving it alone for the moment. So, Jamie, you're coloring with me? Jonah? Tammy's got 2 more cards to do on diming. Painting. Grace is going to do another mouse scene. Okay, Thomas, I'll let everybody know. Okay. And Maggie is just observing. Mamie, have you updated your iOS to your latest versions on your devices? Okay, dark blue. Let me move my camera just a little bit. Now, notice that when I put in the blue, I'm leaving in my shine areas where we're going to have our lighter color. And you've uninstalled YouTube and reinstalled it, right? Okay, now I'm going to bring out the mane over the eye, and then before I do anything else, we'll go ahead and put a little blue in the eye. And then our black. And while I'm here, I'm going to come in with my dark brown underneath the eye here. Okay. Here's our blue and then our black. All right. No, it's not working. It goes to Safari. Oh, wait a minute. I clicked on Safari and it went to the link on Amazon. It just says open with Chrome, Google, or Safari. So I clicked on Safari and it went to the image. Okay, now I'm going to bring down part of the mane in blue over the eye of the horse. Mamie, have you updated your smaller iPad with the latest iOS? Okay, now in the center where these lines are going to be darker, I'm going to also add my blue. Maybe what you need to do is go into your general settings on your smaller iPad. Go into where it says software update, and it should say your software is up to date. So in other words, it checks for the latest software. Okay, check the blue. Now, okay, so if it says that, your software is up to date. Now we come in with the black. And then as far as YouTube, you've gone in and deleted YouTube from your device. Mamie, try this. Delete YouTube from your device. Then restart your device. And then download YouTube again. So instead of just deleting YouTube and then putting it back on your device, you need to restart your device. So, like I said, delete YouTube, restart your device, download download YouTube again. Okay, notice the black on the blue. Now, take your time adding your black to your blue, of course. And then in the areas that I've left open, I'm going to come in with Payne's Gray. Now, it's up to you. Okay, Thomas. It's up to you how much of the mane you want to cover the face. And I'm just going to clean that area out a little bit. And then I'm going to come in with my browns that I've been using on the horse. And then we'll come back with our darker brown. And notice how I'm also reinforcing the colors around the eye. In other words, I'm blending that brown down. Okay, medium brown. Over my light brown. Okay. And then on my left-hand side, I'm using that same brown to make sure that everything matches. Now, you may not have to do the same thing. It depends on what your base colors were. Okay, let's pull out. Check it out. Okay. Now, I'm going to come back with a little more of my black. And my preference is the Prismacolor black. Isn't that beautiful? Now, if you want to streak it a little bit, come in with your white. Again, I would suggest Prismacolor. Looks like we've got a little blue showing yet. Now, your white is optional. If you like your hair the way it is, you don't have to add the white. I find that by adding that white, it gives it a little more texture. Okay. I've got a little bit of my mane over here. We'll go ahead and start out with our blue again. And remember, whatever white areas that you leave in between the mane is where your Payne's gray is going to go. All right, let's take a look at that. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with my black. So we have our indigo blue and then our black on top of that. Hi, Stephanie. Okay. Payne's gray. and let me pull out. And then I'll go ahead and add a little bit of the white. Now, I'm going to go back to the eye on the right hand side, and I'm going to add a little bit more of my darker brown around that left eye just to get a little bit more match. With the grayscale. Tam Tam, good night. Take care. Glad you could stop by for the amount of time that you did. Everybody see what a difference that makes. So we still have our eyebrow, but I'm just bringing a little bit of darker shading above it. And that's going to bring us more in line with the eye on the grayscale. Check it out. And I'm thinking that that looks pretty cool. Okay. Now, I've got a little bit of the green dress missing underneath my rose. So I'm going to go ahead and address that. No pun intended. Ooh. Excuse. And again, we're going to work with our light, medium, brown, and dark. Okay. Thank you, Thomas. Now let's start with our dark, which is going to be right underneath our leaves. Now, while we're here, we have a little bit of our lace that still comes down. And if you recall, that's where I took my mechanical pencil and we're going to make our little swirls. And then we'll come back with our green. Then I've got my medium. And then we'll come in with some light. I'm going to change up that light. You don't see me do that very often. And then I'll go back with a little bit of medium just to give that some more texture. All right. Now, I don't know about you, but I think this is looking pretty cool. Let's check our side by side. So what do you think? Any questions? Now, the only thing I need to do is I need to add a little bit of my flyaway hair on the mane. And we'll go ahead and mix it with the young lady. And that way we can say that they have a symbiotical relationship. All right, let's bring this up a little more. And of course, you'll see it better if I stay in camera range. Now, again, I don't have edge-to-edge printing. So that's why I like to extend my colorings a little more. Any questions about that? Now, as you can see, the horse styles on the top of the mane are a little bit different, but I wanted to show you that. All right. I think we're in pretty good shape. Now I'm going to do the bridle. And I'm going to start with my line art bridle, and I'm going to take a black pen and I'm going to outline the bridle. Jonah, this is a Pilot pen. It's the Pilot G6, size 07. Now, you want to outline our straps and our rings here. Look how cool that looks. And then we have a couple of little snaps or buttons here. We'll go ahead and outline those as well. And then we'll come over the top. And then we'll come down the other side. Take your time. Okay, now if you remember, I had to draw in the straps on the bottom of the horse here. It's a good idea to redraw them because as you've been coloring, they've been getting smeared with colored pencil. So it just pops these lines in a lot better. Hallelujah. And then we have a thicker part here. A decorative front piece. And then we have like a medallion here. Now, on the front of this leather stuff, if you look on your grayscale, it's got some decorative doohickeys. So we need to go ahead and draw that in. Now, I want you to notice I'm not going all the way to the edge as I get down to the wider part of the belt. Let's see. Now for me, I have to draw in the rest of the medallion. So I'm going to do that in pencil first. And then I can correct it and erase as necessary. Okay, and then we're going to have a little bit of that medallion coming out the other side. And then our little doohickeys. And then I will finish the rest of the medallion. Okay. Now, let's go back to the bridle. And I'm going to use black and Payne's gray. So here's our black. And then we'll come in with Payne's gray. Now, why the lighter gray? Because the bridle in the part in the front is a little bit lighter than the bridle on the edges, and we want this little puppy to look rounded. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Faber-Castell 103, which is the ivory. And let's see. If need be, come back with your pen. And we'll reestablish that line. Okay. Now, the bridle is very narrow coming down the side. So I'm going to use Payne's gray because it's slightly lighter. Now, considering that these chains are lighter still, I'm going to leave those as is. I want those to show up. Now I have a little horse color that should go in here. So leave these just outlined in black pen. All right. Bridle across the top, starting with my black. And what do I always tell you? Leave that line where you end it uneven. Black on the sides. A very, very light Payne's gray. And then I'm going to find my silver metallic pencil. Let's see where that little puppy is. Oh, TK, hello. Welcome back. TK, how are your mom and you doing? And my Linda. My Linda, so glad you are here. Okay, hit that like button for me. My Linda is thumb number 17. You're busy with decisions and plans for funeral, but a lot of good conversations about Dad. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, Now, even though it's the bridle, I'm going to use my silver gray on the straps. And that's because I want those lines to be distinguishable. TK, I know that you weren't here, and I know that you didn't know her, but one of our members passed away as well. Linda Hosenwerder. I put a memorial page up to her in the group. Well, Thomas, that's why I call you Thomas, so there isn't any confusion. Okay, so check the silver. Check it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my gold. And I'm going to color the center. TK, are you up to doing a little coloring with us? You sure do know firsthand how it is to lose someone. We had, oh, you got the celebrations book to color along. Okay, here's our gold. Yeah, TK, don't forget that these images, that when I do a buddy color like this, I do give them away for free. All you have to do is get them out of the group. Okay. Now let's finish up the rest of the reins with our silver. TK, give me the full name of the book that you got. March has been a very rough month. Oh, the Disney Celebrations book. Cool. I was racking my brain trying to think of which book I had named Celebrations. Okay. That works. Yeah, that one I cannot give away for free for obvious reasons. TK, are you ready to color tonight? Yeah, the Mona picture, exactly. Okay, you're in watch mode. That sounds good. And of course, you do know that you can go back and look at previous broadcasts to catch up. Okay, I've got everything done I want to do on the horse on this picture. I just need to do the bridle on our grayscale image. And then add the earrings, which I'll use rhinestones for. I'm going to put some rhinestones on this one as well. And then we'll put on a background and we'll be done with both pictures. So I will be loading up a new buddy color. So TK, you can check that out in the group. Okay. So I'm ready to start up on Moana. There we go. And last night I started up in this area around her arm. And I got to looking on that picture in the actual coloring, the oil painting. And that is a little teeny tiny pearl that she is holding. I thought it was a gem because it lit up her hand. Good night, Jonah. Stephanie, were you able to help Mimi? You were still trying? Okay. Maybe you can help her over Messenger when the broadcast is done. All right, so I'm going to still work in our right-hand area here. And I somewhat skimmed in the colors because I just wanted to create places for where I'm going to put in my colors. So by no means is this final. In other words, I just tinted in the areas. So I'm going to go back to my cloud and we'll go ahead and get that finished up and blended. TK, if you decide to color with us tonight, just start in the areas that I'm in. If not, just sit back, relax, and watch. Okay. And then I came up in with an orangey yellow. And I want a little bit of that orangey yellow across the cloud here. So I'm going to erase in a lighter spot. And then we'll fill that in. And then I'll come back with my maroon. And notice how having it around the base of the cloud makes that look really neat. And in addition to that, we had gray added. I need to get a darker gray. There we go. TK, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And check out how that gray looks really cool on that cloud. All right. And then we'll come back in with our cloud color, which is that purplish maroon, mauve. Now, we're pretty much stuck with the lines that the artist put in. Well, TK, my big goal in this group is to have it to be very relaxing. People tell me they like my voice. Now, notice how I'm putting a little bit of the light maroon over the blue. Very, very light. And I don't want anybody to be flummoxed about putting these layers on. And then I'm going to come back and put a little bit of that blue over the mauve and bring that blue down. And over around her hand. And then we're going to take a little bit of that gray and very lightly put it over the blue. We've got a mountain there. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. And I'm also going to come over and put that gray over the mauve that I had put on this hill here. little finger blend just to smooth all that out. And then we're going to come over here and put this gray over this side mountain as well. But notice that I'm leaving that yellow alone. That yellow is just the highlight from all this other light stuff. Okay. Hi, Kathy. Kathy has entered the room. Hey, Kathy. So earlier in the broadcast on the line art, I basically got the horse on the right done. Except for a little bit of the mane here. Go tell it on the mountain. So we're in really good shape, and here is the grayscale of the horse. Well, thanks, Kathy. Now, obviously the mane is a little bit different. You know what? I could make a puzzle out of this. Name the differences between the two images. So all I need to do on these two now is I need to do the bridle on the grayscale, which won't take long. I need to add the background on both. And then I'm going to put some earrings on the young lady. But I think that these look pretty darn close. And I really wanted to do this project for you to show you the differences and the nuances between grayscale and line art, that you can do a lot on your line art to what? Make it look like a grayscale. That's the whole point. And I hope you guys see that. if you put the effort into your line art, you can make it look like a grayscale. Well, thank you, Kathy. Okay, back to the subject at hand. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of my gray and we're going to put it over our pink. Very, very lightly. You're just going to tint it. And you can see how that pink now is taking on the flavor of the clouds. That's why we're doing this. How long has grayscale been popular? That's a good question. How long has grayscale coloring been popular? How long has grayscale coloring been popular? Okay, Thomas, good night. Oh, let's see what this says. Let me find a dated article. Well, unfortunately, it just goes to grayscale coloring books. And if I could find a date on this stuff. Okay, now here's one answer. Grayscale coloring has started becoming more and more popular within the coloring community, and this is dated March 15th, 2017. Oh, let's see. not really seeing an article in here as to how long it's been popular. I may do a little more in-depth research after the broadcast. Now, I will tell you, and I've told you this and told you this and told you this, grayscale coloring is just not a matter of filling in the blank. There is a specific technique to it. I've seen people, for example, when they're doing the grayscale, like of an ocean, they'll use one pencil color over the different shades of gray. That's not the way you do it. TK, refresh my memory. Have you done grayscale? Now, obviously, this is line art. And you're going to come up with two different looks. You have not done grayscale. Okay. TK, did I explain grayscale to you? Let's say you have a lady's blue dress. Oh, let me see if I can find something real quick here. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here is a grayscale of an angel that I did. And we named this one Pure Joy. But what I want to show you about grayscale, TK, is that in the bottom of the gown, where you have the shading underneath the arm where you would expect it, and in the folds, you would use a darker blue. So when you go to do grayscale, you pull out a dark blue, a medium blue, and a light blue. Now, this is all in relation to each other. So your dark, medium, light blues can be in the light range, can be in the medium range, or the dark range. So this is a good example of showing you the different ranges of the blue. And then when we went to do the sleeve, we used a light blue and a gray. Now, you can see the different shades in the skin. We have light, medium, dark. And then you can see the light, medium, and dark in the wings where we had yellows and browns. TK, does that make sense? Even when you're doing grays? Even when you're doing grays. Light gray, medium gray, darker grays. And look how the darker gray gives the illusion that there's depth underneath that wing. You know how sometimes they'll tell you, when you're learning something, you'll say, quick to learn, longer to master. Grayscale is not hard, but there are some mastering techniques to it. Blending, for example. Same thing with our gold, dark, medium, and light. Check it out. So if you want to learn the technique, start hanging with the group. Okay. Now, TK, this horse I wanted to show the difference between line art and grayscale. This side is grayscale. This side is line art using grayscale techniques. And by that I mean, if you look at the grayscale on the neck of our young lady, these areas here were already shaded in, and we went ahead and did our coloring on them. But on our line art, those areas were not shaded in, and that's where we had to add the extra shading and shadowing to make it look realistic. So this is exactly what I mean. Does that make sense to you? Same with our shoulder over here, and our shading and shadowing where the frill is, that's going to throw a little bit of a shadow. Okay. It's so funny, when I go to pick those up for the broadcast, I can't tell the difference either for a second. Exactly. Depth, detail, and dimension. Okay, so notice how I'm adding a little bit of our gray to our pink. And notice the difference now between this pink and that pink. By the way, TK, did you see the video that I sent you in Messenger? Now, hello, Paul. Oh, no thanks necessary. I was glad to do it. Check out how I'm going to intensify the gray a little bit underneath our sailboat. Now, notice how I'm adding this gray to the pink, but the gray underneath the sailboat is still a little darker. Paul, did you see the two images of the lady with the horse that I was just showing TK? Okay, check out the little bit of gray here. And we'll add a little bit of gray to that maroon that I put underneath this, or mauve, that I put underneath this sailboat. Paul, you saw that I just showed? Cool. We are almost done with both images. I'm just cleaning up those sails a little bit. Yeah, Paul, they're coming out beautifully. They really are almost to the point that it's really hard to tell the difference. And I don't know if you saw it, but I was talking about how Grayscale had the shading for the throat here, but didn't have it here, and we have to add that. Same with the horse's eye, all the shading, that was there in the Grayscale. So we had to add it in the line art. Oh, wait until you see the finished piece. I just have to do the bridle on here, add the background on both, and put a little bit, some earrings on both of them, and we'll be in good shape. All right. Now let's do our pearl shine. Okay, Kathy. So, Paul, are you working tonight? By the way, Paul, I gotta blame you for something. You were talking about how you got pizza for DoorDash. And that made me really hungry for pizza. And I commented on that fact last night. Well, somebody took that comment to heart and they sent me the money to buy what I wanted in pizza. So I got a pizza, chicken wings, crazy bread, and their little new puffer thingies. So that's on you. And I'm so, so grateful to the person that did that for me. Pizza for me is a huge treat. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and light up this pearl. Good grief, I feel like I'm at a dentist. So, Paul, I'll share the name with you through Messenger who sent me the money, and you can reimburse her. Whee! And Paul says, no. Paul, you know I was kidding, right? Guys, look how cool this is looking. What do you think? Oh, there he goes talking pie now. All right, Paul, knock it off. Now, if that doesn't look cool, I don't know what does. Grace says, I wondered how you were going to do that. Oh, ye of little faith, Grace. Just kidding. Whoop. Okay, now, there's what I did. Here's what the picture looks like. So I still need to add more light around the pearl itself. Guys, sweat the details. Now listen to me. You know that I'm always pushing you guys about details on your coloring. And if you want your colorings to stand head and shoulders above everybody else's, sweat the details. And I'm showing you how to do that. Now, one of the things that I could have done, which I just thought about it, is I could have taken a circle template and matched that approximate size and then colored inside that. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? How many of you have circle templates? I don't even know. Hold on a minute. Oh, let's see. Okay. Not within reach at the moment. But you know what I'm talking, the circle templates that you can get on Amazon. Janie, there you go. Plop that little puppy down and then erase inside of the circle. Okay, now, this circle looks funny because you've got this big circle and all these tiny lines coming off of it. So, what we need to do is fatten up the lines a little bit that are closest to the circle. Details, guys. I think this is the one I bought a while back. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's it. It's very helpful. So, Janie, you're in good shape. All right. Hold on, let me get lined up again. Okay, does everybody see how I'm varying the width and the length of the brights? What about a silver glitter pen? Okay. You can do that. I may even add, you can use silver glitter glue. Now, if you got a little carried away with your eraser, and actually I would suggest this anyway, take your pencils of the appropriate color and straighten up that line. See how I'm defining that line a little more? Hallelujah. Oh, TK, I'm about to wrap it up myself. TK, thank you for stopping by. Good night. Rest up. I'm signing off in about 5 minutes. But if you're going to abandon me, no. Now, obviously, we can adjust later as necessary. Just play with it. Okay. Good night, TK. Good night, TK. Good night, TK. So glad you were with us tonight. All right, let me pull out. I'm thinking that looks pretty cool. Okay, so we worked on the burst, we worked on the background. I think we're in good shape. And then we worked on our horse and bridle. So tomorrow I will be finishing this, which means tonight I will be posting a new buddy color. Yay! I think we done good. Okay, guys. Have a great rest of the evening. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Please be sure to hit that like button. I just need one more for 20. Obviously, if the rest of you want to put up a like and we get more than 20, that would be phenomenal. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Please share this broadcast on your timeline. Spread the fun. And I will see you tomorrow night. Love on each other, guys. That's what we're known for. Bye.